welcome back to World of Warcraft. So, I've done some progress since the last video. I know that I said, oh, we'll take care of this and we'll go here. And, as I kind of suspected with, like, what I had just experienced with the vanilla portion of the game, or rather the Cataclysm vanilla portion of the game, you guys know what I'm talking about. A lot of the quests, as I suspected, were, you know, still the general do this to quest and level. Not that much story or relevance to it, really. And so, I have now reached level 63. Obviously, we were here in Hellfire Peninsula. Well, I finished off that zone, and then I finished off this zone here, Zengar Marsh. Now, I am here in Terrakar Forest. And, you know, I've picked up a few quests for this area, as you can see. And I've also learned a couple of things as well. One of those things was I had a friend teach me how to take a look at installing add-ons for the game, because I didn't have any add-ons. Well, now I do. I added a few that caught my interest. I know there are some for the interface, but honestly, the interface really does not bother me as much as it may bother other people. I know I've seen some other people like WoW Krendor have interface add-on that makes the buttons here, like right here, they're like much bigger. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that may help, but I mean, there's a lot of different abilities and such that I could be able to just kind of see down and be like, oh yeah, I have this one, because I'll tend to forget some of them, and, including useful ones. So the interface really does not bother me that much. But add-ons that, like, reveal treasures, you know, like handy notes, that was one I definitely wanted. There's another one called Deadly Boss Mod, which I have not really seen it, you know, be used, because I haven't really had an opportunity to see how it works, but I picked that one up because it was, like, the most popular add-on. And I also picked another one called Level Up Buddy, which, you know, I don't know, I thought it would be like, hey, you leveled up, congratulations, and it really hasn't done that much, really, so. But anyway, the reason why I am continuing here now, why I'm decided this should be the next part that I continue in a video, is there's a particular reason for that. So first off, I had my guy resting in an inn, so I could build up some rested experience, but, there is a particular reason why I actually wanted to start recording from this point. And over here at the Terrace of Light, as you can see, this is a big city here, Shatrath. It's kind of a big hub for like all the players and such. But there's another reason, because story-wise, it turns out it's actually a pretty relevant, important place. And right in here, let me show you guys what's in here. Take a look at this. That is a doll who, lore-wise, I believe is a very important, strong character. There's also portals here to Orgrimmar and Stormwind, so this is an area where you can do that. There's trainers, there's merchants. Also, it turns out there are some important paladin characters here. There's Lady Liadrin, who is the Blood Knight matriarch of the Blood Knight Paladins. Also, over here is General Tirislan, who is part of the Shattered Sun Offensive. And then look who's here! Archmage Khadgar. As soon as I saw him, that caught my attention. Sons of Lothar. I mean, Khadgar is a very, very important, relevant character to the Warcraft lore. So, he has a quest for me, so I'm like, okay, Khadgar, if you have a quest for me, then sure.
Observe and reflect.
City of Light, do not burden a doll with petty inquisitions. You know, actually, this is what happens if I try and talk to a doll.
For Azeroth.
A soothing light fills you as you approach the Naru. Slow musical chimes echo within your mind, and though a word is not uttered, you feel an assurance of safety. You are welcome in Shatrath City. That's when Khadgar goes, hey, leave it all alone.
We can learn here.
But Inquisition Shaman, that just might be the most powerful being you have ever come face to face with. For now, you do not look familiar. I suppose you want to learn about the city. Well, yeah, you'll have to excuse me if I don't give you a tour myself, but I'm a bit busy discussing strategy with Adal. Perhaps you'll find a summoned servant acceptable in my stead? Excellent. Follow Khadgar's servant and listen to its story. Return to Khadgar after completing the task.
Keep your guard.
Oh. Show our guest around Shatrath, will you? Keep an eye out for pickpockets in Lower City. Follow me, stranger. This won't take long. How nice. That he summoned a guardian for me. A bodyguard. Khadgar himself is showing you around? You must have made a good impression. I certainly hope so. I certainly would like... Oh, Lord Torvos. Wonder how many other important characters are here in this city right now. If we ran to Khadgar, I'm sure there are other characters around. Shatrath was once the Draenei capital of this world. Its name means Dwelling of Light. When the Burning Legion turned the orcs against the Draenei, the fiercest battle was fought here. The Draenei fought tooth and nail, but in the end, the city fell. The city was left in ruins and darkness until the Shattar arrived. The Shattar. Let us go into the lower city. I will warn you that as one of the only safe havens in Outland, Shatrath has attracted droves of refugees from all wars, current and past. A battle master. Wonder why she was red. Is that like a PvP character or something? I don't know. Obviously, both Horde and Alliance are welcome here in this city. The City of Light. Malthus, Joris, all named people. Or rather, oh, they're dragons. Or whatever those creatures are. A quest from someone named Seth. A newcomer to Shatrath. Make sure to drop by later. We can always use a hand with the injured. Oh, he's whispering to me. A small remnant of the Draenei priesthood conducted its rites inside a ruined temple of this very spot. The priesthood, known as the Aldor, quickly regained its strength as word spread that the Naru had returned and reconstruction soon began. The ruined temple is now used as an infirmary for injured refugees. Descends upon Shatrath. Adal's thoughts invade your mind. Kael'thas Sunstrider has been defeated by Darethus and his allies. The time to strike at the remaining Blood Elves of Tempest Keep is now. Take arms and let Adal's song of battle empower you. Hey, so apparently people went ahead and defeated Kael'thas in the meantime while this was happening. Oh. Ah! Guardian, where are you? Oh, there he goes. I apparently need to turn that quest in, so we'll take care of that in a bit. The eyes of whatever. Be mindful of what you say. This one's being shown around by Khadgar's pet. Hey! A peacekeeper. They're the guys that, like an Orgrimmar, can be like, hey, where do I go to find this? They'll be like, go over there. Light be with you, and welcome to Shatrath. Oh, how nice, how polite. Then again, what else would I expect from the Draenei? It wouldn't be long, however, before the city came under attack once again. This time, the attack came from Illidan's armies. A large remnant of Blood Elves had been sent by Illidan's ally, Kael'thas, to lay waste to the city. As the regiment of Blood Elves crossed this very bridge, the Aldor's Exarchs and Vindicators lined up to defend the Terrace of Light, but then the unexpected happened. The Blood Elves laid down their weapons in front of the city's defenders, uttered the following words: "I've seen you in a vision, Naru. My race's only hope for survival lies with you. My followers and I are here to serve you." I'm wondering if he's referring to the missions in the Blood Elf campaign from Frozen Throne. Of who we befriend. You think you have what it takes? The defection of Voronthal and his followers was the largest loss ever incurred by Kael's forces, and these weren't just any Blood Elves. Many of the best and brightest amongst Kael's scholars, masters, have been swayed by Voronthal's influence. The Naru accepted the defectors, who would be known as the Scryers. Their dwelling lies in the platform above. Only those initiated with the Scryers are allowed there. Ah, that there. Okay. So many things to explore in this city. I'll definitely want to see if I can find some of this stuff. So that's the Scryer's Tier. And then over here is Aldor's Rise. Or Aldor Rise. The Aldor are followers of the light, and forgiveness and redemption are values they understand. However, they found hard to forget the deeds of the Blood Elves while under Kael's command. Many of the priesthood had been slain by the same magisters who now vowed to serve the Naru. They were not happy to share the city with their former enemies. The Aldor's most holy temple and its surrounding dwellings lie on the terrace above. As a holy site, only the initiated are welcome inside. The attacks against Shatrath continued, but the city did not fall, as you can see. On the contrary, the Naru, known as Ziri, led a successful incursion into Shadowmoon Valley, Illidan's doorstep. There he continues to wage war on Illidan with the assistance of the Aldor and the Scryers. The two factions have not given up on their old feuds, though. Such is their animosity that they vie for the honor of being sent to assist the Naru there. Each day, that decision is made here by Adal. The armies gather here to receive Adal's blessing before heading to Shadowmoon. Khadgar should be ready to see you again. Just remember that to serve the Shatar, you will most likely have to ally with the Aldor or the Scryers, and seeking the favor of one group will cause the others dislike. Good luck, stranger, and welcome to Shatrath City. Alright. Well, that's interesting. Return to Khadgar. I mean, I'm all for that, as long as I can be able to, get ample opportunities to see what each side is like. So join either the Aldor or the Scryers. Hey, Khadgar. I hope you learned a thing or two about Shatrath. It might take some time for things to sink in.
Be vigilant, friend.
Oh, he's got a couple of questions for me. The Naru are wise beyond our understanding. I've learned more from Adal in the last 5 months than all the years I spent in the libraries of Dalaran. I've heard your name spoken only in whispers, mage. Who are you? Oh, we're gonna get some lore here? I am Khadgar, former apprentice to the fallen guardian Medivh. I'm sure you've heard his name before. It was I who discovered that Medivh had been possessed by the evil one, Sargeras. and that he had opened the dark portal between this world and Azeroth. Though I honored my master, I was forced to slay him and put his tortured soul to rest. They did kind of depict this pretty well in the Warcraft movie. Go on, please. I fought alongside Lord Anduin Lothar as we drove the Horde from our lands on Azeroth. As the heir of Medivh's legacy, I could do no less. When the call finally came to invade this grim world and put an end to the orcs' evil forever, I stepped forward along with my friends, Turleon, Illyria, Danath, and Kurdran. I see. My comrades and I called ourselves the Sons of Lothar, in honor of the greatest and most selfless man we ever knew. We gave our all to defeat Ner'zhul and end his madness. As this doomed world fell apart around us, we shattered the dark portal to prevent any further harm befalling our beloved Azeroth. What did you do then? Trapped in this broken wasteland, we did our best to survive. Over time, we sensed that a new evil was closing in around us from the twisting nether, more foul than the Dark Orcs. It was the Burning Legion itself that sought to take hold of this outland. What happened next? While my comrades held the line against the encroaching darkness, I used my magic to reach out into the great dark beyond. There I sensed beings of immense light, of unfathomable purity. It was Adal and his Naru I had found. It was nothing short of a miracle. I see. Khadgar grins to himself. I convinced Adal and his brethren to return here with me. I believe that only their power can drive the Legion from this universe. But as you will no doubt find, their power must first live in our hearts. To combat the darkness, we must become beacons of their eternal light. There was something else I wanted to ask you. Allegiance to the Scryer. Ooh, I can get both quests to decide. Let's see. Are you certain of your choice? The Aldor will welcome you as an ally, but the Scryers will not easily... Oh, so if I choose one or the other, that's my decision. I see.
For Azeroth.
I don't know enough about each side. Like, is there... I mean, is the lore that Khadgar servant gave me supposed to help me decide? The defectors, who would be known as the Scryers. Huh. I mean, like, am I supposed to now maybe get quests from either side in order to then decide which one to side with? Because this just seems kind of like, alright, you heard briefly about each side, now decide who you're going to side with. I mean, it just seems kind of like...
Knowledge is power.
You know, you didn't really give me much opportunity to know about either side right now. I mean, I guess maybe what Khadgar's servant here told me is supposed to be what I'm supposed to go on, I guess. That sounded kind of redundant. I said supposed to a lot. Huh. The Aldor are followers of the light, and forgiveness and redemption are values that they understand. They found hard to forget the deeds of the Blood Elves while under Kael's command. The defectors, who would be known as the Scryers. So the Scryers are Blood Elves who defected from working with Kael'thas. And I guess the Aldor are priests, followers of the light, and they understand forgiveness and redemption, but yet they find it hard to forget the deeds of the Blood Elves while under Kael's command. Huh. But yet the Scryers... It seems like the only bad thing that they told me about the Scryers is that they used to work for Kael'thas, but they don't anymore. Now they are helping. Is there anything more about the Scryers? Many of the priesthood had been slain by the same magisters who now vowed to serve the Naru. They were not happy to share the city with their former enemies. Huh. The defection of Vorenthal and his followers was the largest loss ever incurred by Kael's forces, and those weren't just any blood elves. Many of the best and brightest amongst Kael's scholars and magisters had been swayed by Vorenthal's influence. So it seems to me, from this initial outset, like what they're saying is that the Scryers' only negative is that they used to work for Kael'thas, and they used to work for him, and they slayed a large number of the priesthood, but then they defected because they saw a vision that said that you were our best hope for our survival, whereas it's saying that the Aldor are supposed to be, followers of the light, they know, forgiveness and such, but yet they apparently can't forgive the Scryers. So if they can understand forgiveness and understanding better than anyone, then how come they can't, be able to see that for the Scryers? Let me see once again. Yeah. Forgiveness and redemption are values that they understand, and yet they find it hard to forget the deeds. So, kind of contradicts that they understand that as well as anyone, yet they can't be able to forgive those. So, you know what? I'm kind of thinking I want to side with the Scryers.
Observe
Allegiance
and
to the Scryers. Are you certain of your choice? The Scryers will welcome you as an ally, but the Aldor will not easily forgive your decision. You know what? I'm kind of feeling like I want to do this.
Come back in one piece.
The Naru are wise beyond our understanding. Vorenthal the Seer. Now that you have chosen a side, you should meet the Scryer's leader. You will find Vorenthal the Seer inside the Seer's library at the Scryer's tier. See if you can be of assistance to him. He will be glad to hear that you have decided to lend them a hand. Quest for the Scryers will cause your Aldor reputation level to decrease.
Keep your guard.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm not really seeing if that would be necessarily a bad thing. Adal's thoughts invade your mind. Oh. I guess Adal tells me that whenever, like, a group has finished their raid against Kael'thas. Like, hey, a raid just beat Kael'thas. Oh, look at that. It's Kael. Your monkeys failed to finish the job, Naru. Beaten but alive, the same mistake was not made when we took command of your vessel. All for what? Trinkets? You are too late. The preparations have already begun. Soon the master will make his return. And there is nothing you or that fool Illidan can do to stop me. You have both served me in your own right. Unwittingly. Lay down your arms and succumb to the might of Kil'jaeden. Oh, man. Kael'thas talking to us in a vision. Confronting Adal and Khadgar, being like, ha ha, you fools. Wow, okay. I know I kind of had to make that decision on the fly. I'm not really happy that it kind of like, alright, you heard briefly, now make a decision. I kind of would expect them to, like, give you a bit more, detail on each side before you can make a more educated decision on which side to help. But from that initial, like, little dialogue there, I guess that's all they wanted you to go on. So yeah, let's head up here and meet the Scryers. A Scryer Guardian. Of course, they are letting me in here. Oh, what are you doing here? A 110 Torn Death Knight. Why are you here, man? Don't you have to go to the Broken Shores? Or the Broken Isles? You've already been to the Broken Shores. Plus, I don't know, they seem like they're more for the, this seems like more of a thing with the Horde. I mean, after all, they are Blood Elves, and the Blood Elves are part of the Horde.
To the Sindori.
It is no secret that Kael'thas Sunstrider perceives us as a great threat. Let's face it, not many Sindorai fresh from Silvermoon are willing to join the sort of company that Kael keeps. It's also no secret that this is not just a war of words. Scryers and the armies that serve Kael'thas attack each other on sight. The only way to prove you're with us is to do your share of fighting. Kael's lower-ranking followers, near Firewing signets to indicate their rank, bring them to me. I want you to bring her 10 Firewing signets. Performing quests for the Scryers, well, yeah.
Hold your head high.
So, I believe he's in here. Lore
The dark
Masters.
times will
Sources.
pass.
Here I have amassed what may well be the greatest depository of lore in all of Outland. Even the grand libraries of Silvermoon City pale in comparison. Please, look, read, browse to your heart's content. You'll find everything organized and clearly labeled.
Remember
I
the
clearly made the
Sunwell.
right choice. So many books, so much lore. Ooh, I can learn, I can get training? Nope, never mind. Master Engineer. Oh, these are all on different, skills and professions. Oh. I see. Ah, skinning. There we go. That's the one I'm doing a lot of. There we go. Train. Journeyman Skinner. Ah, 125. I'm at 75 of 150. Ah, man. Gotta up my skinning before I can be able to get these other ones here. Keeper of Shatari
Your
artifacts.
gold is welcome here.
What are these? Chest guard of the fallen champion. Class is paladin, rogue, shaman. Requires level 70. Oh. Where do you get these chest guards of the fallen champion? Huh.
The reckoning is at hand.
It almost sounds like PvP stuff.
The dark
Heirlooms.
times will pass. Remember the Sunwell.
That's a wine vendor. Enchanting supplies, regents. Alright, clearly I gotta go upstairs in order to find Vorenthal. Ah, here he is. Or, yeah.
Anaria Shola.
Khadgar sends a new recruit. Let us put you to work, shaman.
Keep your wits about you. Enubelore Delana.
There are those who seek to lie and twist the truth. Seers, on the other hand, bring the truth to light. The purpose of this library is to make a seer
The
out of
reckoning
everyone.
is at hand.
Enchanting trainer.
Baladash Malanore. Time is of the essence.
Obviously, enchanting is not one of my professions. Okay. So I guess, what, am I supposed to pick up quests from the other people here, like this lady here, and then go back and talk to him? Oh, I need to go take care of that. Let's take another look around here. Arcanist, a wand vendor, a sword vendor, herbalism and alchemy trainers. staff vendor. General goods. Some other name people. Stable master. Trade goods. Oh, this is the where the inn is. Huh. Alright. So as you can see, I picked up a bunch of quests, you know, throughout this area here. War Chief's Command. Cenarian Thicket in Terokar Forest. I wonder where that is. Does it not show it on the map? Show on map. It's not giving me a waypoint. I guess I gotta fly around until the Cenarian Thicket reveals itself on the map. So I guess you're just supposed to pick up that one quest here. Huh. Ah, okay, speak to that person over there in that village. Alright, so obviously I got stuff to do, and if I find any other more relevant stuff, I don't know how cool this, or relevant this Scryer quest chain will be, you know, just running into Khadgar there, I thought it was kind of relevant, cool, story-wise. So, we might, you know, who knows, get to do other relevant stuff in that regard, you know. This seems like that kind of city that would provide those kind of quests, but not really sure, you know, how the rest of this is going to go. You know, this is 6265. This may be the next place it sends me is Nagrand. And then, of course, there's Blade's Edge Mountains. And then it'll either send me, I guess, to Netherstorm or Shadow Moon Valley. I don't know. So, I don't know when we'll continue this. You know, obviously, I got some questing to do, you know. And I know that a lot of it is going to be boring for you guys to watch. So, I'll try and figure out a relevant place for us to pick up. So, stay tuned for that.